Gemini, welcome to your October 2018 tarot reading. It's raining here. The neighbors came outside, so you might hear something in the background. Hopefully not for very long. So the heart of the matter is the Queen of Swords, which is a card that is associated with you in the sense that swords represent air signs, and you are an air sign. So is Gemini. So is Aquarius. So there might be somebody, this can be a woman, like a boss, who is one of these signs. It can be that you are trying to marshal your forces so that you are not allowing yourself to get emotionally carried away about something, that you're trying to get control over your emotions. You are an air sign, so you may not, that might not be something you struggle with all the time, but there might be something going on right now that is kind of testing that for you. And you're like, okay, how do I deal with this particular situation? And so it's kind of like allowing you to do so. At the base of this reading, we have the Ten of Wands, and this is about a sense of feeling overworked and maybe underpaid, but I mean definitely, you know, maybe unappreciated. Maybe somebody is trying to get you to do something that isn't yours to do, like shoulder somebody else's responsibility. So this could be a boss who is all business, and she doesn't have, you know, female boss, she doesn't have the emotional wherewithal to really care about you as a human being. She's much more concerned about her own bottom line. And so you may be feeling this coldness coming from her, that she doesn't even appreciate you, and that you're in this position of kind of like really risking burning out from this job. If this is in your private life, this could be a woman who you're trying so hard to impress, and you may be doing all these things for her, and she never has a kind word to say, or a mother, because a queen can be a mother. And she never has a kind word to say. She's very sharp-tongued. The card that crosses this scenario is the Moon card. This can be different things. For one thing, if there's a woman who is behaving in a very curt manner and not very polite, not very sensitive to you, she may have an addiction. Where maybe she comes in the morning to the workplace and she has a hangover, or she just doesn't feel right because of it, because of what she has been doing the night before, and she just is very, you know, having problems in her personal life, and so she's bringing it to the workplace. But also this could be somebody with mental instability of some sort, where, you know, the Moon card can represent mental illness. And so she may have a lot of emotional problems, and she's using her position to feel better about herself. So she may be trying to order you around or something like that, simply because she doesn't have good self-esteem right now, and she thinks that you are her, you know, you're somebody that she can order around, and that can make her feel a little bit better. but it's superficial and it's temporary. You know, it's not something that's going to last and stuff like that. It's always, when somebody does that, it's sad because they don't seem to realize that you can't feel good at somebody else's expense. And you can, you know, this is what they call a petty tyrant. So somebody who, she's not, I'm not saying that this woman is bursting into anger or anything like that, but she may be the kind of person who doesn't have a problem firing people because there's something insensitive about her. And so that's where the problems are. Also with the Moon card, she may be telling you things that is making you go jump through hoops and work and do all these things that are not true. She might be saying, if we don't have another worker right away, that the company is just going to fall apart and things like that, where she's getting inside your head. And if she thinks that you are an easy mark, that is how she will, you know, play it. The higher perspective is the Nine of Pentacles, and this is suggesting that you have the wherewithal to be financially independent. You may be jumping through these hoops because you're afraid of losing your job. You're afraid that this woman has no problem firing people. And so you don't want to be on the chopping block. But the cost could be great. You could be like working so hard that you don't have a life outside of this job. If this is a personal situation, you may have to kind of steel yourself. That could be what the Queen of Swords is. Steel yourself because you need to get away from, or maybe you have gotten away from, but you're kind of getting a little bit sentimental. This person who is perhaps, could be Pisces because the moon is connected to Pisces. But it's just, it could be somebody who has an addiction or a mental illness. Maybe not one that's diagnosed where they can just say, I have bipolar or something like that. But you know they have a personality problem, that they can't get along with people. They have a very quick temper, borderline personality, whatever you want to call it. They have something like that. And maybe you have been paying their bills or, you know, supporting them and doing other things for them. And it's kind of like it started to really bear down on you, and now you're realizing that. And with the Nine of Pentacles, you're the one that has your stuff together. So it's like there's no reason that you should have to sacrifice your happiness and your sanity for somebody. And actually, this could be even your physical health for somebody who is not, you know, willing to do it for themselves. The Moon card person can even be like a pathological liar, very deceptive. This could be connected to their addiction, where they're pretending, oh, I'm not using, I'm not drinking. And you see the bottles and you know, you're like, wow, this person is really screwed up. And you just have to kind of, like the Queen of Swords, you have to steel yourself and really, you know, let people experience the cause of their own bad choices. You know, I know that sounds really harsh. I sound like the Queen of Swords when I say that. But when you try to help somebody and it just doesn't work, then it's time to take care of yourself, love yourself. And this person may even be telling you falsehoods in order to manipulate you. So what's happening right now is the Knight of Swords, and this could be a male chronologically it could be up to the age of 40, but if they are youthful in their looks, which it's funny because this could be like a Pisces. Pisces and Gemini tend to have very youthful looks, you know, even past the age of 60. The other water signs besides Pisces are Scorpio and Cancer. And this could be like an offer of love that comes into your life. You know, there is a Venus retrograde, so all signs could receive some kind of communication from somebody from your past. So be prepared for that, because if it's somebody that you didn't really end things in a good way and maybe you blame them for it, don't be so excited to hear from them that you completely forget why you broke up, because it's always confusing, confounding to me when people just totally forget all the hell they've been through because the person contacted them again. It's like, what? And what's coming in is represented by the Five of Wands. This can be conflict. Now, there's always conflict when you flip the script, you know, with the Knight of Cups. This could be a job offer that is coming to you, and it's a very sincere offer. It may involve something along the lines of creativity and, you know, the kind of things that are very, or maybe just like some kind of a healing occupation. And I was even thinking of the Queen of Swords, if she's like she's a surgeon or something, if this is a medical facility. But this could be more of an artistic type of job, or some sort of healing profession, something that you've wanted to do for a long time. So there might be conflict if you say, I'm out of here. And there might be heated words, but the thing is, it's like, if you've really worked hard for somebody and there hasn't been that kind of acknowledgement, and they kind of treat you like you're some kind of serf, then you need to love yourself enough to accept another offer, if the offer is a good one, and be willing to say goodbye to that, because it sounds like a toxic experience. And same thing with your romantic life. The outcome is the Hierophant, which is a card that's associated with marriage and tradition and the spirit, you know, something to do with God. So maybe that Knight of Cups job is something that involves the spiritual. Maybe you're working in a yoga studio. Maybe you're somebody who does something else during the day, but you have certification for yoga and you're finally going to be able to use it. Maybe with the Hierophant, it's a card associated with Taurus. So there is a Taurus full moon. This could be a timing card, I guess, too, you know, that something's going to happen during that full moon. This is on October 24th at 1 degree of Taurus. And this is in your 12th house, Gemini. So this could be some kind of secret that is revealed. Maybe this person who is the moon card in reverse, maybe you find something out about them that contradicts their little story, their sob story, and you realize that they've been playing you, and then it's like you have no problems whatsoever just kicking them to the curb, because you're like, you know, in addition to making me work so hard, you're not willing to even tell me the truth. You're disrespecting me by lying to me. So you might feel like I have no sense of loyalty to this person whatsoever. And then it makes the decision so much easier to just like say goodbye to them. And in the workplace, I mean, you may decide that this has to go. Full moons in the 12th house can be about letting go of bad habits. And sometimes a situation can be a bad habit, whether it's a relationship or just that you are interacting with people who don't appreciate you, don't respect you, and you decide to love yourself more than love the job. And this full moon enlightens that. And maybe you see how you've always sabotaged yourself and how you need to, start making some big changes. Okay, Gemini, very interesting. So I hope that you enjoyed this, and if you'd like a private reading, the link is below. Have a wonderful October. Bye.